Yo ho ho Naruto Saki. What do you do, my fellow Homo sapiens? It's your boy Uzumaki Hadou. Today I'm doing a Naruto chapter review. Naruto 687. I know you well. Let's get this party started. Okay, my fellow Homo sapiens, Naruto chapter 687 was a very slow chapter, and it was really all about Obito. I already knew we were going to talk about Obito coming into this chapter. So basically, it was Obito taking forever to die, for crying out loud. Now, Obito, it's not like I don't like him as a character. I think he's a good character, but it's more of Obito's personality. Not just that. It's like when Obito gets on the stream, when Obito gets in the manga really slows down. Now, I do kind of see how Kishimoto was trying to make people feel sympathy for Obito, feel bad for Obito, and kind of make it where Obito have repent for all the sins and all the people he killed. But at the end of the day, I still feel the same about Obito. This dude caused a global war that killed hundreds of thousands of people, ladies and gentlemen. I mean, Naruto's parents died because of Obito. A lot of people lost their wives, their children, their husbands in this war because of Obito. Obito had a lot of negative effects in this world. But at the end of the day, reading this manga, reading chapter 687, I kind of felt bad in certain areas for Obito. But at the end of the day, my feelings do not change about this guy. I feel like he shouldn't get a gravestone. I feel like he should just get a number. Maybe they should be able to bury him, bury his ashes. So 686 was when Obito actually got hit by the bone disintegration technique. And in this chapter, basically, he was disintegrating from that attack. And as he disintegrated, he was talking to Kakashi, let them know that, hey, man, there's a lot of things you need to do in this war. There's a lot of people you need to protect. You don't need to die now. Saying thank you to Naruto and things of that nature. Now, one thing I noticed, Naruto attempted to heal Obito. However, he didn't have that type of power. He couldn't heal Obito. And I was like, thank God. Thank the gods that Obito wasn't about to get healed. Now, I will admit that they've been dragging Obito around all this time. I was hoping Obito had a better death. I was hoping his death was going to be fucking hardcore, but instead it wasn't. So one thing I just really hated about this chapter, I'm sorry to be so negative, is that we got another flashback of Rin. And it just seems to me personally, every time we get mainly Obito in the manga, we always go back to Rin. And that's one of the biggest dislikes about Obito. Is his main goal was basically this one girl. You know, it's like, oh yeah, I like this girl. I really like this girl. But at the end of the day, reading the manga, watching the anime, Ren seemed to like Kakashi. You know, that's just a person. It just seemed like he had some type of stalker symptom or something. He was just too hung on this girl. So we got a flashback. I didn't like the flashback at all. I was really tired of the flashback. And then we have Black Zetsu basically bad-mouthing Obito, and I was actually happy about that. Now, this is the part I kind of felt bad about Obito, when Black Zetsu said, you know, you try to become Hokage, you didn't do that, you was horrible with that, you was horrible at being a villain, you're horrible as being a good guy, and you're going to leave this world with nothing. You have literally nothing. No family, nothing. You leaving this world without anything, man. Like, what have you accomplished, really, besides a global war? And actually looking in the Beatles' eyes, I was like, damn, dude, you know, you don't got no family. I mean, you got Kakashi as a friend, but wow. And I actually felt this release of happiness when I finally seen Obito crumble in the ashes. And I was like, thank the gods once again. And I was I was almost emotional, not because he was dying, but emotional that, you know, these same flashback about Ren, I really don't care about. Now, I know there's a lot of people out there who probably do care about Ren and and really like those type of flashbacks. But personally, the flashbacks I want to see is about Kagura. The flashbacks I want to see is about the Sage of Six Paths and his brother. Those are the flashbacks I want to get into. I mean, if this manga is ending as soon as a lot of people is predicting, we need to figure out what these flashbacks about Kagura and her sons, what really happened. That's what we need to know, not about, oh, I really like Ren and I'm having a flashback about Ren when she said she was going to support me as Ben Hokage. I mean, we've seen that multiple times. We heard you say that you see Naruto as yourself if you went down the path of righteous and good. We have heard that multiple times. I mean, yes, you was badass when you had the 10-tail beast inside you. You know, yeah, that was hardcore. But you got defeated, and that's it. I mean, like, this get off the screen. So now we finally get to the good stuff in the chapter. Sasuke comes in. He's like, okay, my eye has just recovered. He goes in for the attack. Kagura changes the world once again, and she flies in the air, and Sasuke lets Naruto know, hey, bruh, come on, man. We got to focus on the enemy. This time, I am going to be the decoy. And I'm like, awesome. And Sasuke opens up his Susanoo. Like, oh, this is going to be so good. It's getting back to some action. And he goes after Kagura. Now, these whole teleporting to different worlds, I like it. I like it a lot. Don't get me wrong. That's awesome. But it takes up so much chakra. And it's like, wow. You know, it's like, okay, this teleporting to different worlds is cool and all, but it takes up so much chakra. I just think it's kind of a waste, truthfully. It'd be nice if she used a different type of ability with that third eye so we can get a better look at that third eye. Because that's something I really want to know more about is this Shan Rinnegan. Because we know about the Rinnegan and we know about the Sharingan, but we even know about the Bakugan. But I really want to know more about this third eye. I want to see more abilities of this eye. So once again, Black Zetsu is running off at the mouth as Kagura is doing what she usually do, not saying anything. Naruto's getting pissed off because Black Zetsu is doing what? Running off at the mouth about Obito. So the best part of this chapter is at the end of the chapter. Naruto flies up, floats up, whatever you want to call it, and cut off Kagura's arm. The arm with Black Zetsu. Yes! Black Zetsu separated. Now, I don't know what it is. I just don't like Black Zetsu for some reason. I don't know. Maybe because he's talking for Kagura, and I know nothing about Black Zetsu. I like Kagura personally, but I just don't like Black Zetsu. And I seen her arm just flying off, floating in midair, and I'm like, oh my god, Naruto just getting in there. When Sasuke gonna get some good hits, for crying out loud. But that part made this chapter so much worth it to read it, to see her arm literally flying off with Black Zetsu attached to it. Naruto pissed off and rage. So hopefully next week we're going to get some hardcore, this all-out brutal fighting with a Kagura fighting with one arm. Now, I know Kagura is this god character, so maybe she's going to be able to grow herself another arm or whatnot, or attach her arm back to herself. I don't know, but I am very excited to see what next week holds for Naruto. Now, when I thought the page was over, I was like, you know what? I'm happy. We get one more page, and it's a flashback. And I was like, oh, come on now. A flashback again. And it shows Obito, you know, sitting next to Ren. And Ren's like, you know, I waited for you. She grabs his hand, and he walks away. And I'm like, you know what? I'm happy they gave us this flashback now instead of waiting all the way next week and gave that to us in the first page. So thank God they gave that flashback to us now. Now, I'm hoping that we get some action. We get some hardcore action. And after we get some really, really good action and learn a little bit more about Kagura, we'll get a flashback on the story about Kagura and learn about her and her sons. That's what we really need to know about her and her sons. I'm hoping we get some more confirmation on Madara. I mean, don't get me wrong, I like him as a villain. I know a lot of people like him a lot more than Kagura, but I really like Kagura too. I want to see what they're going to do with Madara, if they're going to use him at all anymore in the series. I'm hoping they will. I'm hoping that, you know, they'll use Madara to help fight against Kagura or something of that nature. But only time will tell. I'm going to give this chapter a, after thinking about it, I'm going to give this chapter a 5 out of 10. And the main reason is Obito really slowed the chapter down. We didn't get a lot of progress. Matter of fact, I don't think we got any progress at all besides Naruto cutting off Kagura's arm. Not just that, I was just so tired of the flashback. I'm so tired of hearing Ren. I'm just so tired of hearing this girl and Obito talk about her. So that's the reason I'm going to give it a 5 out of 10. I gave it an extra point because Naruto ripped off Kagura's arm, and that's the main reason. So the art was good. The art style was really good. The storyline was extremely slow this time. And there's really nothing else to say about Naruto 687. It was just a basic okay chapter. So if I left something out, please leave a comment below. Subscribe to my channel. It really helps the channel out. And more cool videos coming soon. Thanks for watching. Johnny.